now 6:30.
Yep.
Shabbat Shalom. Wonderful to see everyone, whether you are standing or sitting. It is a delight to welcome everybody, to welcome Shabbat with us. Whether you are here or out in your home live streaming, it is wonderful to be together again, as we do each week. And as I always do, I remind you that this is an opportunity to just shed the week. Get rid of it. We are here to not have it burden us, not sit on us, not annoy us, not weigh down on us. Let it go. We're going to be singing about all sorts of things, like angels and miracles and all kinds of wonderful things. And they can only really take on the reality that they deserve if we are good at shedding. So I invite you to just drop it. Just shed it. And welcome Shabbat. And the Shabbat angels who are about to enter. But before they enter, I just want to, as I do every week faithfully, because it's in writing, and I don't want them to tell me I didn't do it, to tell you that if you need restrooms, go out the door to the right and to the left. If you are loud, go behind that glass. If you have loud children, go behind that glass. Other than that, unburdened and light, let's bring in the angels, one sitting on each of your shoulders, just as our rabbis have said. Each of your shoulders, bringing in the magic of Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem.
This song is particularly special because it is written by cantor Natalie Young, and she was my mentor for 12 years. And pretty much the reason why I am up here and having the honor of continuing her legacy and singing her songs, singing with you, having you sing back to me. And I hope that we will do that all night long, because it's a night of music and celebration of friends and sisters and community. Kulanu biyachad. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharet Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu Boechem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu Tzeidchem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharet Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oh, I'm getting verklempt. It's so great to see everybody.
That is a golden voice to go along with the angels. Quite angelic indeed. Am I allowed to say why we're going to call up the Blancs now to do the game? Yeah, I know the Blancs are here. Yeah. Do you know why the Blancs are here to light the candles?
Yes.
In that case, the golden voice, the golden voice, I've said it so many times. It's really in the music. The stuff that brings you closer to God, anytime, every time, all the time, is more the music than the words. Because even if somebody sits here and really doesn't understand what it is she was saying, but they heard the melody floating gorgeously. Did it matter if it was in Chinese, in Hebrew, in Swahili? Didn't. So that's why I've always said that's where it's at. So the time has come, and it should be done regularly as far as I'm concerned, that we are going to honor our very, very beautiful voice with an oneg a little bit later. And that was the idea of, and the work of, Steve, and why can't I say, and Phyllis, of course, Steve and Phyllis Blanc. I'm so on the wings of song, I wanted to sing your name. Please come up, light the candles for us as we rise. With it, you and we will bring God into the room.
Steve and Phyllis are going to light our 2 Shabbat candles, and then we're going to wave the light in 3 times, cover our eyes, and after we say the prayer, it's Shabbat. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Have a seat. So as it turns out, today is really a day full of special things. So this was the beginning of something special that we'll enjoy later as we dive headfirst into the food in the other room. But then we have a very great honor, a delight, to install and bless today our new sisterhood board. I'm very honored to do that. As you know, it sounds fancy, but board work is hard work and not always glamorous work. It is time-consuming, sometimes soul-crushing, and it's very responsible and important. And so whenever any board, sisterhood, temple, whatever, they certainly deserve our blessing, along with our gratitude, really. The fact that they stepped up to do this and help us to move forward as smoothly as possible in the coming year. So we're going to do that now for the Sisterhood Board. It is my huge pleasure to do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the way I remember various rabbis do blessings, and that is to have them stand under a big talit, you know, to truly be blessed. I brought a special talit from my house, and because it is a talit that I have used for decades for weddings, and it is particularly a talit for women, because the decorations honor the matriarchs. It is a women's talit. So I need two tall guys. So I told Steve Blanc I'm already going to call him, and I see Brad Shapiro there. Huh? This is the one. Right? I invite the Sisterhood Board to please come on up here and position yourself under the talit as best you can. Hold it high, guys. That's it. Ladies. That's it. You are being shielded by our matriarchs, blessed by our matriarch. We have some room here. Squeeze in. As this board of dedicated women leaders begins its service to the women of Temple Bethel of South Orange County, indeed to our entire holy congregation, it is our honor and privilege to bestow upon you, my dear sisters, some loving words of blessing. May your intentions always be both holy and invigorating. May you have the wisdom to seek progress while remember our Jewish traditions. May you model for us all the courage and compassion of strong and loving leadership. May you be like Miriam, like Moses and Aaron, bringing people of disparate ideas and notions into a soulful unity. May you always be kind to each other, listen to each other with respect even in moments of disagreement, be compassionate with each other, and always have an eye on the big picture. May all of you, our sisters who serve, most importantly, always reap joy in what you do. And together we say, Amen.
Amen.
And I'm going to now chant the priestly benediction so that you really be heavy-duty blessed. Yevarechecha Adonai veishmerecha Yair Yair Adonai panav elecha ויחונקה יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God bless you and guard you. May God shine his countenance upon you and be gracious to you. May God turn his countenance toward you and grant you peace.
And together we say, Amen. And join us all in the Shechianu.
Yes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Thank you so much, and
thank you for
Mazal Tov.
everything that you do for our
you.
congregation.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, my
You did good, and you're still standing upright, and that's outstanding. That can't be easy to stand like this. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
We are on page 22 in your Siddur for Chatzi Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בילמד יברח ירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי תכל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולם מעלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרמן ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן ביעלמה ואמרו Amen.
You know, the call to prayer, Baruch, it is said that was actually the call to prayer even in ancient days during the temple. And it is said, I wasn't there, as I used to say to the little kids, I'm old, but I'm not that old, that it was accompanied actually by a blow of the shofar, the Baruch, in those days, because that was the way to gather people and to tell them something holy and spiritual is about to happen. So think about that as the Baruch is on page 23, and know that from there we're going to jump to the most important sentence in all of Judaism, the Shema, followed by the Ve'ahavta, and of course, the dancing women after crossing the sea, the Michamocha.
Please rise. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Leolam Please be seated. And this is Listen, and most of you know it, and it would be so special tonight if you sang it. If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen to our God. You sound so pretty good. There's a question on your mind. Is the answer hard to find? Then listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and with all your might. Write them and learn them and teach them well, every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen. Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way, and listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you will hear if you listen to our God. You can hear it from the top of the highest hill, or from the valley below. It can come from the edge of the universe. It can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen. All right, everybody, we're going to stand for Shema and sing it nice and strong with me. Come on, ready? Here we go. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Leolam Va'ed. Listen to our God. Listen to our God.
Have a seat. Do we have anybody doing the Lahaf?
Yes, we have Sarah Feynman.
Ah, okay.
Sarah is going to lead us in V'ahavta, which is on page 31.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם במזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Huh? I kind of did, the women's were dancing and, did a short one. I was time.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נעדר בקודש, נורא תהילות ספלה, נורא תהילות ספלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לבני משה, זה לי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני God Yisrael.
That's really, talking still about the music. I'm sort of in a musical mode at the moment. That sounds like the voice of a woman, in this case Miriam, just echoing in a desert, doesn't it? That's why it's extremely perfect. There was no piano, it was just the voice. And there was a grandeur about it, and an aloneness of the voice in the space. That's how music sometimes can tell an entire story. You didn't have to know what the Mi Chamocha said, but the music painted, I think, a picture very much like what I just said. So just know why music can be really the holiest part of a service. Well, Hashkivenu and Veshamru are next, two different kinds of prayer. Hashkivenu is very much a petition, a petitionary prayer. We ask God, let us lie down in peace and get up in peace and spread over us a tabernacle. It is we talking. If you read it and you know the Hebrew, you know it is we, the people, asking. The Veshamru, like I've said to you before, and there's a reason for it, is like a contract. It's a document, a legal document, and it's in the third person. The people of Israel, they're going to keep the Shabbat because God did this, God did this, God did this, and if they do, all will be good. God is signing the contract. I am yours. I will watch over you. I'll spread any tabernacle of peace on you that you want. Just follow this contract that we just heard. So, petition, legal document, both important, both a weekly ritual for us.
I invite Marcy to join me in Hashkivenu.
Page 39, in case you're interested where to find the Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom, Lishalom. Vehamidenu Shomerenu Lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Keep us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Yashakah.
41.
We could stand also for this one. Let's go. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et... Let's try it again. V'shameru, come on. V'shameru, woo, v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. La'asot. La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam, berit olam. V'shamaru, v'shamaru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. V'shamaru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. Beini, beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. K'sheshet, k'sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shameru, woo, b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. Uvayom, uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, vayinafash, vayinafash. V'shameru, v'shameru, woo, b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat.
And so now,
Please be
between
seated.
pages 45 and 50, don't sit down.
Oh, sorry, don't. Don't sit.
I get to sit down, you don't. Only because I have to read my thing. Between pages 45 and 56 is the Amidah, which, as you may recall, is a silent series of blessings that we read. And I encourage you to either read that or do your own personal conversation with God. Either way, just take a moment or two to get spiritual within yourself, continuing to have shed stuff. Don't think about what's for dinner or, just stay spiritual. Pages 45 to 56.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Bechol ve'enecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
So I told you that the thing I love most is music, but the thing I love next to music most is Torah. And that's why when I don't sing, I like to talk to you about Torah. And as you've heard often when I talk, there are a lot of problematic moments in the Torah, right? And thank God, now you can understand why the Talmud takes 6 volumes, and then there is the Mishnah, and then there is the Agadah. The literature of rabbinic sayings, teachings, reflections is humongous, and there's a reason. Because lots of places in the Torah are head scratchers. And we need, therefore, sometimes guidance how to get there. We've arrived at the parasha called Chukat. That's today's parasha in the book of Numbers. And it's problematic, not surprisingly. That's because in a very, very cryptic paragraph, it tells a story of an incident that, according to the Torah, cost Moses his entire life's dream. And so here's the story. It's really just 11 verses in the Torah, and in short, here's what happened. Terrible consequence for Moses, as you'll see. So the people of Israel are again without water in the desert. And again, they complain, they're Jewish. They complain, they scream, they accuse, they shout, give us water, give us water. Better to go back to Egypt. So, Moses goes to God, help. And God says, Moses, see that rock over there? Speak to the rock, and that'll do the trick. But instead tells us this little paragraph, Moses, gripped by frustration at the umpteenth screaming scene of his people, instead he strikes the rock, strikes it twice, and he does achieve the desired result. Water flows from the rock, but instantaneously, God cuts short his career. You didn't trust me. You did this in front of all the people. You will not be able to lead them into the promised land. The end. So harsh for just that. So as you can imagine, the rabbis pounced on that. Lots and lots of theories abound, as usual. And one of the, I don't know if it's the most common one, it probably is the most common one, and the one that makes the most sense, is the fact that we hear just before this story that Moses' sister, Miriam, died. So we know that they were very, very close. So Moses was in deep grief. He was bereft. He was in a dark place, in a dark mood. And so when they were screaming and yelling and pounding on him, maybe that's why. And so today, I want to focus a little bit on the matter of moods and moodiness. Something we all experience. We all know it. And what the Torah might be able to teach us about that. Fact is that an integral part of our lives, daily, is ongoing efforts to make our moods better. Think of all the things we do to change them, right? We sleep, we drink, we drink, we drink. We take pills, we go to the movies, we watch TV, we listen to music, we read, we exercise. It's endless, right? We're always working on adjusting our moods because experiences have shown that moods do vary. Not just one kind, right? They're up, they're down. Certain things infuriate us. Sometimes they touch us very deeply. It's a complicated maze. Reason for that, clearly, is because we're all multifaceted, multidimensional. We're not just one cardboard thing, right? And sometimes our reactions depend on things that even we don't always understand exactly, right? So in the case of Moses, it makes sense that it might well have been that his sister's death left him heartbroken, but being a man of nonstop responsibilities, imagine to try to keep somehow track of and order in several thousand Jewish people. It was difficult. He mightn't even have recognized the fact that he is weighed down by what happened or taken the time to introspect. He was drowning in problems because the people were on him all the time. It was just this whirlwind of trouble. And so, 1 second, he snapped. So human, so relatable, right? So I think part of the Torah's lesson here about moods is for us to understand them and to think about them as they apply to ourselves and how we act during those complicated times. I mean, I guess to say that a person is moody isn't always exactly a compliment because in a sense, it hints at behavior that may be a little unpredictable. But I really am here to kind of defend moods a little bit because nobody in their life should live in only one emotional landscape. You don't want to live like that. You can't. Because moods are kind of inner landscape. They are our mountains, our ups, our downs, our hills, our valleys, right? They are the landscapes of our soul. Everyone should know all of it. Should know frustration and serenity and being hurt and being in love and being joyful and sad and depressed, all of that. Because in a way, it's almost as if within us, we are lots of different people. And they're all clamoring for their place in the sun and should have it. And by the way, that's probably why society is constantly on a quest to twist our moods to this perpetual happiness, which I think is unrealistic, maybe even wrong, because it steals the variety of our humanity from us. And maybe that's why the Torah doesn't hesitate to depict Moses, which we regard as our most important and best and greatest leader ever, in all his lights and shadows. He was close, he was distant, he was inspired, he was inspiring, he was filled with anger, he was loving, he was annoyed, he listened to God, rebelled against God. All of that showing us, the Torah shows us, see Moses, this is what it means to be a human being. A human being owns many moods. We all do, and sometimes we even fight within ourselves. We jostle against ourselves sometimes, don't we? But this story and the way it unfolded, I think wants us to realize that there is a caveat to it, and that is that it's not really a run-free card, right? A run-amok card. Remember, ultimately, who you are because a powerful mood can overtake you, it can overwhelm you, and then you're left with a consequence. So the idea is, as we get older, it's easier. I think when we're younger, we're a little more subject to those fires that burst out. But as we're older, we learn that moods pass, and when the mood is over, you have to live with the consequence of what you did during that mood. And that's what happened with Moses. Moses' anger, of course, subsided, and his grief about Miriam's death became milder and more endurable. But he still would have hit the rock instead of talking to it as he was instructed. And so the important lesson here is know the mood, know the kind of moods you have, and never allow yourself to be enslaved to the moods. And the rabbis say the same thing. They say it's okay to feel the gamut, the ups, the downs, and all the rainbow of colors that the human soul passes through. It's what we do with the moods that is the most important thing. It's as if they're saying, in brief, mood or no mood, act responsibly. So this is the arc of Moses' life, and we see what has happened at a moment when he was exceedingly human. So as we take this teaching from our Parsha, teaching that says, live life, savor life, travel inside yourself and recognize all the colors, feel, 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 feel again. But I say, talk to the rock, don't hit it. Because that will ultimately be the winning recipe for the ups, always winning over the downs. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And so, with that wonderful message, let us talk about healing. We are going to go into our Mishaberach, our healing service now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you, as I point to each side of the room, and to you at home, to call out someone or someones for whom you wish the Mishaberach to be sung. And if you feel like it and want to share with us, you can, with the name, also say what the relationship of the person is to you. So as I stretch my hand this way, let's hear some names from that side and relationships if you wish to share them. Am I hearing anything? Okay. Thank you. Keep going. Good. Thank you. All right. This side. Beautiful. Very good. I'm going to add some names of my own. All of them, the relationship to all is friends. They're good friends. Bob Felsenfeld, Jeffrey Greer, Linda Kirsch, Lauren Krinsky, Leah Houghton.
We are on page 63. Join me in Mishaberach. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. שבירך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Aleinu, page 64.
Please stand for Aleinu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך ולכל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Have a seat. We have come to the moment in which we are going to remember those among our congregants who have died. And what we're going to do is we're going to read their names, and before we actually recite the Mishaberach, if there is a loved one whom you wish to remember that was not read on the list, that will be your moment to add that name. So at the moment, we mourn the recent passing of Peter Tomovich and Lillian Marzuk. We continue to remember our members' parents who died this past year, Ruth Lupel, Libby Zweig, and Muriel Rudolph. And here are the names. These are the names. They are followed. They are observed this year. They reflect current week from last Sunday to this Shabbat. Jay Berezin, Dora Berg-Miller, Sarah Brenessel, Teresa Kaplan, Alfred Chase, Dr. Daniel F. Chodosh, Rose De Lima, Sal De Lima, Gertrude Edlin, Pauline Eline, Diane Escow, Dorothy Gibney, Saul Gilson, Michael Goldstein, David Golub, Mr. Stephen Goodman, Thelma Gottlieb, Shirley Greenberg, Sam Green, Fanny Grinikoff, Walter Hallgarten, Richard Hodgson, Doris Jaffa, Rachel Joseph, Saul Kalick, Celia Kaplan, Samuel Kramer, Lillian Dorothy Kranz, Bertha Leibovich, Leonard Lefwitz, Samuel Lewis, Ruth Lewis, Samuel Manakus, Bessie Maskin, Israel Maslinsky, Ruth Minnick Mendelson, Joy Planto, Ann Plucker, Lillian Pricer, Moshe Raditi, Joy Reamer, Willard B. Resnick, Shirley Rogoff, Charles Rosen, Lillian Rosen, Faye Ruby, Leonard Sandler, Mara Seidman, Esther Shapiro, Sally Sherman, Howard Sidney Slusher, Gerald Steinberg, Eugene Thaw, Peter Tomovich, Susan Treshansky, Jack Visnov, Irina Vysotskaya, Carol Raverby Warkel, Jan Warsaw, Zelda Nemerson Weiss, Hyman Zuckerman. And if I mispronounced any name, I'm really sorry. I hope you'll forgive me if I did that. Does anyone wish to add a name to these? Yes, please. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I invite us all, as is our custom, to rise. Page 73 for the mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. Have a seat. Now, what is next on the agenda?
That's when we are going to do with Levisha, the Kiddush.
Aha. So, because momentarily we are going to honor our very lovely and beautiful and inspiring Ms. Gubner, in there we have invited her Rosh Chodesh group to come and, in her honor, do the Hamotzi, and before that the Kiddush, just to show how much we all appreciate her. And so maybe we should do the challah sending off.
Sure, let's do that.
Before. Only because it'll make more room on that table.
Tradition has it that we always like to send a challah to somebody who would like to be here for Shabbat but wasn't able to join us. So this week we have one going to Mission Viejo. If we could get somebody to deliver it, thank you, Joni.
That's good to do. It gives you lots of brownie points with heaven when you do that.
Plus, we're getting kind of close to the high holidays.
And so you
it's
need
a really
every
good time.
brownie point you can get. Stay there, Kim. I call upon the Rosh Chodesh group called Lev Isha. Happens that I'm part of that group too. So we're all going to go down there and do the Kiddush and the Hamotzi.
And I would love for Ellen to lead us in this also, because you're my very, very, very good friend. Okay, you want to hold it up? Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Sorry, please rise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, Yahava uvratzon hinhilanu. Okay, hamotzi with the cutest little challah that you ever did see. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon. Don't leave yet. We have.
But you may be able to sit for a moment. Announcements.
Nice and short.
Short, yeah.
Do we get to sit or no?
No.
No.
No, you stay.
No,
Stand here
you
for a
stand.
week.
Okay. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you to Cantor Shula, our cantorial soloist Kim Gubner, and to Carol on the piano. Thank you. A very special thank you to Phyllis and Steve Blanc for their generous sponsorship of tonight's Oneg in honor of our cantorial soloist Kim Gubner. Just you wait. It's beautiful. Our lay-led Torah study is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Our regular conservative service begins at 9:15. All details can be found on our website, but just a few things to note. Our 11th annual Child Spree is coming. On July 28th, our congregants will take 65 foster children on a TBE-sponsored shopping trip to buy them back-to-school clothes. Please help make that happen and register to be a shopping buddy or a volunteer at the event. Details and registration are on our website. And mark your calendars for Saturday, August 24th for our annual Hot August Nights. An evening filled with music, great food. By the way, music is our own, let's see, who is it? It's
Homegrown.
Homegrown, Evan Wall, Moshe Wall, Neil Levin, Alan Levin. I think, anyway, they're awesome. And we'll have great food and, of course, great friends. And again, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Something happening besides now? Are we done?
No, we're not quite done. So I opened the service tonight with mentioning how important community and sisterhood and friends are. So we have a special song, and I would like for my friends in the BE Sisters to come on up. We can put our arms around each other. Also my choir buddies who have really enriched my time here at TB. Come on up. You don't know this one, but I'm going to sing it to you, and then we're all going to close with Od Yavo Shalom, and we all know that. I'm going to grab my song sheet. Beautiful. It's okay. Okay. All right, Carol, here we go. Sometimes you think you'll be fine by yourself, 'cause a dream is a wish that you make all alone. It's easy to feel like you don't need help, but it's harder to walk on your own. You'll change inside when you realize the world comes to life and everything's right from beginning to end, with sisters and friends by your side that help you to find the beauty you are when you open your heart and believe in the gift of sisters and friends. Sisters and friends. Someone who knows when you're lost and you're scared. There through the highs and the lows. Friends you can count on, sisters who care, beside you wherever you go. You'll change inside when you realize the world comes to life and everything's right beginning to end, with sisters and friends by your side that help you to find the beauty you are when you open your heart and believe in sisters and friends. And when your hope crashes down, shattering to the ground, you feel all alone. When you don't know which way to go, there's no signs leading you home. You're not alone. The world comes to life and everything's right from beginning to end, with sisters and friends by your side. You'll help you to find the beauty you are when you open your heart to believe in. If you believe in, if you believe in sisters and friends, sisters and friends, sisters and friends. All right. Hey-o, come on everybody, stand up. Let's sing it together. Ready? Here we go. Hey-o, 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 oh, hey-o, 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 oh. Oryavo, Oryavo shalom aleinu, Oryavo shalom aleinu, Oryavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Oryavo shalom aleinu, Oryavo shalom aleinu, Oryavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom, salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom. Hey-o, here we go. Hey-o, 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 whoa. Hey-o, 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 Oryavo, Oryavo shalom aleinu, Oryavo shalom aleinu, Oryavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Oryavo shalom aleinu, Oryavo shalom aleinu, Oryavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom, salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom. Hey-o, one last time. Hey-o, 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 whoa. Hey-o, 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 whoa. What a special Shabbat. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Let's go eat.
I'm going for the chocolate cup.